Let's go back to Yankee Stadium in New York, massive broadcast booth. Baseball Hall of Famer Jim Palmer back in the booth this weekend. And Jim, it looked like the Orioles did battle back kind of nicely, even though they lost the ball game. It seemed like they had a lot of punch there towards the end.
Well, we saw the bunt from Mullins. When you're down 9-5, then we saw Nunez. We saw this earlier in the year where he ends up just smoking a ball to right field. Again, breaking ball, fastball. He's looking for it, doesn't miss it. Jet stream blows out of here to right field. That wasn't a cheapie. I mean, it's just a line drive. So all of a sudden, then Robertson comes in. Look on him. He has a great curveball. Oh, there it goes. So now all of a sudden 9-5, 9-7, and 9-8. The Orioles pull within one, and then they'll give up the other run. And Adam Jones did not have a great night in right field. First time he ever played right field here at Yankee Stadium, and he got the best of him tonight.
Jimmy, tonight Ramirez, it's like a broken record, not just with Ramirez, but with all of them. He pitched so great in his last ball game, and then all of a sudden this happens. What goes on out there that makes him go from one extreme to the other? Please tell me.
Start spreading the news. We're in New York. Broadway, Yankee Stadium. The Yankees do have now, 249 home runs, I think, on the year. So you come up here. He came out of the Yankee organization. What you were talking about, Deborah, is pretty simple. They worked really hard on his windup. He's got a good arm, got a pretty good slider, he's got a good changeup, no command. None. Zero. So, again, he's pitching in the middle of the plate. He got away with a lot of pitches. He didn't for some, whether it was the Hicks home run, the 3-run home run, the 2-run shot to Gregorius in the first. So this guy is a thrower at this point in his career, and the only way he's going to get better is if you put him out there, and there's going to be painful nights. They try to calm him down. It's almost like you have to have one of those little tranquilizing darts, right in the neck, and that slows you down, and then you're able to repeat your windup. But tonight, again, this is Yankee Stadium, and, he probably always dreamed coming up through this organization until he came over for international money that he would be wearing pinstripes. So, again, he couldn't calm himself down. Again, he threw some 95, 96-mile-per-hour fastballs. But, again, this is a pretty good hitting ball club. Only the Red Sox score more runs. Yankees do it with home runs, and that was pretty much the story tonight, the walks and then the home runs after that.
Jim, we haven't had a chance to talk to you about the DJ Stewart. What are you seeing from DJ Stewart?
Well, Marco Xtra, he got him on the board with a hanging changeup, hit it off the foul pole. And then, to give him credit, Dave Robertson, that was his 400 and what? Tied Whitey Ford, 498th lifetime appearance. He knows how to pitch. He's a former closer, took Mariano Rivera's place. So I'm sure Scott Coolbaugh, the hitting instructor for the Orioles, said, hey, he had a really good curveball. First pitch curveball, right to the bat head, and then you're right back in the ball game. So, it's good. Hey, the Orioles are going to have to go in another direction. You just want your young players, number one, to come up here, get an opportunity to play. Number two, to see if they can play. And number three, that hope that they'll make the club next spring. They'll stay healthy, and they will continue to improve. You look at any player that on the field, Gregorius, he was just a so-so shortstop. Yankees get him. All of a sudden now he's hit home runs now, 20 more home runs. First time a Yankee shortstop's done that. All young players start young, and then you hope they come to the big leagues and they figure it out. So DJ Stewart's probably going to get a lot more at-bats, over the last 9 games of this season. And, we'll see how good a player he is. Former #1 draft choice. You hope that your #1 guys can come up here and prove that they belong and they can play a little bit at this level. And so Sharp, he was 3 for 18, but now all of a sudden the numbers look a lot better than they have in the past, or I think even that any of us anticipated.
Well, Jim, as always, we appreciate your insights. We'll chat with you tomorrow when the Orioles take on the Yankees in Game 2 of this 3-game series in New York. That's Baseball Hall of Famer Jim Palmer.